Watch YouTubers, Scotty P here. It's Freehand Friday. Smoking a freehand. Smoked my Nording partially rusticated freehand I got from Josh. Love this pipe. In it, very psyched about this. Smoking some McClellan 40th anniversary. It's an extraordinary tobacco for a special occasion. It says so right here on the tin. And it's great stuff. I've only had a couple bowls so far. I'm digging it. I'm not going to go crazy trying to cellar the hell out of it because that just seems like a fool's errand. I have cellared a little bit lately. Got a bunch of tins of Aaron Moore Flake because I like that stuff a lot. And Pipes and Cigars had a deal for Murray stuff, so I got a bunch of that. Got a few tins of the 1921 Cunningham because I've grown to like that quite a bit. Not that I'm going to go crazy cellaring that, because is it that much better than Luxury Navy Flake? Maybe a little. Maybe just a little. I think Luxury Navy Flake with some age. I've got some that has a year on it, about a year on it, and that seems almost as good. So I think with a little more age, I think the Luxury Navy Flake will be just as good. So in the meantime, I'm going to be smoking that Cunningham because it's good stuff. Get this pipe lit. I'll tell you a little story. I'm doing a VR today for our good buddy Stephen Waters, Cobbit of the Shire. And tomorrow I plan on doing a VR for LA Pipe Smoker, but I wasn't prepared for it today. It's Freehand Friday. I need to smoke a different pipe for that video. You'll find out why. I've got a plan. It's Irish stuff, folks. Can't be smoking a Viking pipe when I'm talking Irish stuff, so I'll smoke one of my Pete's. I was a little stuffed up today. I've been working this week on the breathe method, which if you haven't seen anything about that, go check out Mutton Chop Piper's video on the breath method, breathe method, whatever. Call it the breathe method. It's going to be hard to do while I'm talking, but I'll tell you what. Spend a little time practicing it, and it's a great way to smoke a pipe. Pipe stays kind of cool, doesn't really go out. It's great. It's very contemplative action. Check out that video and you'll know why. So, Stephen wanted us to tell you a story. And this pipe's going to keep going out while I tell this story because I'm doing talking like I always do. Promise you folks, when I'm smoking a pipe and I'm not making a video, I'm not, it's a loud truck, lighting it like every 5 seconds. So, I'll tell you the story about the first time the ocean tried to kill me. When I was a little kid, my family every summer used to go up to Clinton, which is just up the coast from where I am here in Milford. I'm down here in the bay, down by the harbor, and today. So Clinton's a few towns up, cities. It's a few towns up. It's a small town. It's one of those New England towns on the coast where there's, you know, just cottage after cottage after cottage after cottage. And every year we'd go up there for a couple weeks with another family that my father worked for Entenmann's, another Entenmann's family. We'd share a big cottage on the coast. It was a nice thing. So doing it year after year after year, you know, we'd make friends because there were other families that would do it every year also. So this story comes from when I was about 5 or 6-ish. So just a wee lad. And one of my friends, their family had a sailboat. And we were going to go on a little trip to Block Island, which is, you know, I forget. It's been a long time since I made that trip, especially in a sailboat. It's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours out, hour and a half, 2 hours back. We spent some time on the island, you know, harassing seagulls and such. So, so we go out to the island, we have our good time. Now I should set this up by saying that the week before we went on our vacation was the first time I ever saw Jaws. At 5 or 6, I probably shouldn't have seen Jaws, but I was over a friend's house and we watched it. It scared the living hell out of me. Now, I was always at home in the water. I spent my whole childhood swimming and swimming and swimming some more. We had a swimming pool in the backyard. We'd go to the ocean. You know, being here in Connecticut, we're right on the ocean, so we'd go to the beach a lot. So, on our way back from Block Island, I'm tired. We've been out in the sun. So I've got my little life vest on, and I find a little corner. Now, this sailboat was not a huge yacht, but it was big enough to where they had, you know, the galley and a bedroom below. And so I found a little spot in between the little staircase and, you know, the rail of the boat on the port side. Not a sailor. I know a few terms. And kind of found a little spot to wedge myself in and fall asleep, stay out of the sun. Well, I wake up in the water, and the boat has capsized, and it's over me. And I'm looking up at the deck, and, you know, of course, the sail is now pointed at the bottom of the ocean. So that's how I wake up. I don't know what's going on. There's nobody around. It's just me under this boat. And of course, being that I just watched Jaws a few days before and didn't really know anything about sharks, I freaked out a little. Because I'm looking around, there's no one around, and I'm thinking the shark got it. And I'm thinking about that iconic poster of, I think it's a girl swimming, and the shark pointing up at her. And I'm just waiting for the second where I'm going to go into the water. And someone pops out of the water right next to me. Now, it felt like I was under there forever, but it was probably only a couple minutes, but it felt like an hour. You know, I'm 5 or 6 years old. There's no one around, and I figured the shark got him. And this guy pops up right next to me, and it was my friend's father. And they had been looking out. They'd been looking for me. Everybody got tossed out of the boat, but since I was kind of in that little corner, I must have got wedged in there when the boat fell over. However it fell over, I was asleep. And I ended up underneath it. Everybody else ended up out there. So they were looking around out there for me until someone got the bright idea to come and look under the boat, which wasn't sinking, which was odd. I don't know how that works. Again, not a sailor. Soldier, not a sailor. So we get out from underneath the boat, and somehow, with the help of other boaters around, they had figured out a way to right this thing, and we ended up getting towed back to Shire. And that freaked me out for a good long while. Like I said, I was always at home in the water, and then, you know, I'll tell you some other stories some other time. I don't want to make this thing 20 minutes. So, eventually I got over it. Other stuff happened. I'll tell you some other stories some other times. The ocean is constantly trying to kill me, people. Every time I get comfortable, something happens. Some other stories from some other time, and we'll get to it. Meanwhile, Steven, congrats on all those subs, man. Everybody go check out Cobbit of the Shire. Most of you that watch me probably already watched Cobbit of the Shire. Great guy. He tells a good story. I am woefully inept at telling stories compared to Steven. Awesome storyteller. And knows his history. Just a great guy. A real, honest to God, great guy. So, a little coffee here. He wanted to, I don't think I forget anything else. He wanted us to tell you a sub that we've subbed to recently. And I've subbed to a lot of people recently. But I'd say the most recent is probably Inverted 311. And he's a good guy. Been chatting back and forth with him. He hasn't done a lot of videos yet. So I would suggest him by saying, go give him a sub and give him a little motivation to go make some more videos. So he's done a little video where he's driving around where he lives, and hasn't done really too many pipe things or any pipe things yet. But give him a little friendly shove in that direction. I know he's meaning to. Maybe this will get him a little motivated. And anyway, folks, go check out Stephen, Cobbit the Shire. Awesome guy. His son is Tim Waters, and Wharf Valley Boy. So 2 great people, great family, and so I recommend them. And I recommend some of this. If you haven't tried some of this, try and track some down. It's tough. I finally found some after looking for a while. It's been gobbled up. Like I said, I'm not really selling the hell out of it because it's just a fool's errand. I know what I like, and I've got a bunch of it. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to do for IPSD. Let me leave you off with that thought. Now that we got the business out of the way, let's shoot the shit, people. I haven't talked to you for a while. Just been slammed with work, and taking that class beginning of next month, beginning of March, in an investment class, so I need to get back up to speed. I haven't been a student in a long, long time. I've been a student like 20 years. So, less than 20 years. Almost 20 years. So I'm a little nervous about that. So I've been doing a lot of studying, trying to get back up to speed with this stuff so that I don't seem like a fool in class and I get the most out of it, which I think is smart. Hopefully it is. What were we talking about? IPSD. Got a new tamper here. It's bamboo. Sorry, I mean to keep pointing at you. I don't know what your all thoughts are on IPSD. I got into pipe smoking right at IPSD. It was my first order was during IPSD. I didn't even know it. My order got way delayed and stuff like that. I ended up making an order with smoking pipes, and it was part of that whole pipes and cigars debacle. But it worked out. Like I said, I've done a little cellaring lately, and I'm pretty well up to speed with my cellar. So I'll see if there's some good deals, but I'm not looking to go nuts. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'll get a new pipe. I don't know. What are y'all doing for IPSD? You have some big plans? I don't even know how it works, so I don't remember how good the deals were because I was a novice. I was a rookie. I was the epitome of a rookie during the last IPSD. So, for you fellow noobs out there that have no idea what I'm talking about, it's International Pipe Smoking Day. It is February 20th. It is upon us. It's within days. It's less than a week. So, what I understand is a big deal. Let's see what the hubbub's all about. See if I can find a deal on something. Maybe something I haven't tried. Tried a few different tobaccos recently. Tried this. Tried some McBaron Modern Virginia Flake, which was pretty cool. Kind of a fruity, aromatic kind of flake, but with some body to it, so that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I'll probably talk about that sometime soon. But I call it a day for Freehand Friday. If you got one, smoke one. If you don't, enjoy what you got. Folks, it's Scotty P. After a long hiatus, saying, I love you people. Salute.